Oh my. Oh, to bring that up. Whoa.
That was a bee.
I got attacked by a lake. What? I don't even know what that was. uh, as you bring that up, um, I realize certain bags of chips have like certain like oils in it, like sunflower seed, canola oil. I didn't know canola oil was used as engine lubricant.
I didn't either.
So that's a fun
Wow.
fact for you guys. Like, say your favorite kettle chips or whatever, like potato chip.
Hmm.
I did not know that canola oil was one ingredient for engine lubricant. So,
Yes. That's crazy.
and that's in a lot of chips and things that we eat that's deep fried. The only oil that I found out that is truly healthy for you is olive oil.
Olive oil, and I'd like to throw out there. I also use coconut oil. It's higher in fat, but you see me, I don't have a lot of fat. So if you're lean, skinny, you can use coconut oil. Even if you tend to be on the heavier side, coconut oil is it's anti-inflammatory, but it's antibacterial as well. So it'll clean out your gut. Yeah, olive oil and coconut oil.
Yeah. So, I actually use coconut oil when I make rice.
Yeah.
Perfect. Delicious. Like, you can actually just eat it by yourself if you really wanted to. That was just a side note. But yeah, just be very mindful of what you intake into your body. Because, like, even though I say the biggest scam that we have in at least America is the healthy option that you can buy at the store, because you can't guarantee it's actually healthy.
No, the American diet is sad. Standard American diet. It's sad.
But yeah, I can't. That's the only thing I can honestly say. But for that's one thing I am jealous about the other countries, that they have some stricter food regulations on it. Like for the UK, they don't want any extra sweeteners if it's not legit from the actual plant it came from. Like when it's come to sugar, it has to be from sugar cane. It's not no high toast fruit corn syrup. It's nothing extra that you can't find out in nature for the most part. I'm not going to say that there's the best either. It is a lot better than what USA has to offer in a sense.
And to add to that, just leaving less than 100 miles down south, I went to the Bahamas, and the quality of life is so different from here. Like the food they eat, it's a lot more organic. They grow their cattle, they grow their pigs, they grow their chicken. There's literally fruit trees on the side of the road. Like you can literally walk on the street and take coconuts off the tree. You can eat them. It's bananas. Like every tropical fruit you can think of, just growing. Like you don't even have to put effort towards it like you do here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It, since you brought up the Bahamas, I heard in Jamaica they have a specific fruit that tastes like meat. Like if you season it right, it becomes like meat.
Is it jackfruit?
Yes.
Yeah, I've had jackfruit.
I've never had it. So what I heard, that it's weird because it has the fruit texture still, while still tasting like a steak.
Yeah.
So what can you tell me about this
From what
jackfruit?
I can tell you about it, I've had it 2 different times, made by 2 different people. One my girl made and one my dad made. The fruit by itself, it tastes like, you ever had what is it, Hubba Bubba, the bubble gum?
Yeah.
It tastes like bubble gum, like the fruit by itself when you don't cook it. When you cook it, when my girlfriend made it, it had the meat texture. It cut like chicken, but it tasted still kind of sweet like fruit. Then when my dad made it, he showed us that you have to really season it like meat to get it to have that meat flavor. And then the texture, it already has the meat texture. And yeah, that time it actually tasted like chicken. So yeah, I would say it's a decent substitute for chicken, but it's not the best alternative in my opinion. But another alternative, just throwing out meat alternatives, walnuts make amazing burgers. or beef. Like I eat walnut burgers. Matter of fact, I'm eating a walnut burger for dinner tonight. So
You know what? I'm gonna need to try.
I'll make sure to bring you some.
Lately, I was going through like this Monday up to like Wednesday. I was just like at an anger level that I ain't never been at. So I sat back and I was trying to do my regular way to calm myself down, and my dad called me, and I was like, I told my dad politely, like, hey man, I'm just not in the mood, I'm just very mad. And he's just like, I'm mad too. I'm like, I said, why are you mad? And he told me the story, and I was like, and I was just describing how I feel. It's like, that's exactly how I feel. So I was like, and my dad knows I do spiritual stuff, so I was like, I must have picked up on your energy, because it seems like for the last 2 weeks, every Monday, I just had a real urge just being mad. But I know it wasn't mine, because this is not how I behave.
Was this past were you mad this past Monday?
Yes.
This past Monday was the wolf moon, the full moon. I don't know if you know, but the FBI actually has real statistics on this. A lot more people commit crimes on full moons. People are at their emotional capacity on full moons. Like even my sister-in-law, she's a teacher. She's literally said this for years. She's like, she knows the kids are going to be bad on full moons, and they're bad. Like they act out on the full moon. So maybe the man turning into the werewolf, that mythological story, there might be some truth behind it.
I believe in that. All right, I believe, because think about it. The word lunatic has the word
It's tied
luna.
to the moon, yeah.
Yeah. So
another thing that's tied to the moon in Monday in Spanish is lunes, lunar.
yeah.
Tied to the moon. The day that represents Monday, or I'm sorry, the sign is Cancer. The crab, the zodiac sign. Well, guess what? Celestial body represents Cancer.
Water.
The moon.
You know it. You're right. But
To add to that, you got Cancer. What house is the moon at night? The canines. The
Yeah.
werewolf. You see how it all ties in? The
Yeah,
full moon.
it really does make sense. And another thing, as we talking about astrology, another hidden gem that no one really talks about is numerology.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things I been dipping into of recently, for the simple fact that a lot of numbers like to repeat themselves. Certain dates like to repeat themselves. Certain generations, everything we have a generation of, have something that correlates with it. So every generation of internet had some tie of a worldwide like disease. So I don't remember what the first gen internet was, but it was something ridiculous. Like at least the first two, I don't really remember what they were. I think when we made it to 4G, we had the H1Z1, the swine flu. That was big in what, like 2008?
Around that time,
like
2008,
2009.
Yeah.
And here for, what was it, when 5G came out, we had COVID.
Yeah.
We had C19, you know. I don't think we could say that, like, so C19 had showed up on the scene around that time, and I'm just saying that, I'm not saying that's a true statement. Well, it is a true statement because you can actually look it up. It's just that I don't want to say that I feel like, this is my theory. I feel like the internet itself, the reason why we have those illnesses is because people's body cannot regulate to the new generation of internet that is coming out.
Yeah, the waves or frequencies they're putting out.
Yeah.
The same way it disturbs the bees and birds. You know, this is related to what you're saying. I just saw a video the other day, and they predicted some frequency weapon in Mexico, and maybe I'll even show it on the video. There was like 300 birds flying. All of a sudden, they just smacked right down into the ground. Like maybe 50 of them fly away, the rest of them died. Like they just flew straight into the ground on impact. Yes, they didn't just smack down. Like it's almost like something had hit them and it just sent them flying to the ground, and most of them died. It was really weird.
This reminded me of this clip. I don't know if this was a movie or a show because I just found it a clip. There was like an invisible barrier wall that you can't see. It's like you play a game where you try to go out of bounds, but it's just an invisible wall.
Like a glass house. You ever been in one of those?
I have not been to a glass house, but how it went, it was a fire department trying to help this burning vehicle, and they're driving full force and just smacked against this invisible barrier, and people, you can't hear them, you can't nothing. They trying to stop the whole catastrophe from going on, and just everything just kept repeating, like destruction. Even the other fire departments who did listen try to be like, yo, stop, and they did the same exact thing. And to say all of that is that I feel like that on a spiritual sense, the energy, the frequencies are getting really, really crazy.
Yeah, I'm with you. And looping back to the whole California thing, because that's another theory. Some people believe that they're using energy weapons to blast houses, as crazy as it sounds, to start the fires. I actually saw a video of like electrical wires. They were tweaking, and then you see sparks fly, and then it's a fire next thing you know. That was just in one part of LA. I'm not sure whether that's what caused the actual fire, but you know, energy weapons have been around for a while, and it's just one of those things that's related to,
to me it makes sense for the simple fact, if you think about at least the US government, as we say, at least the military, I always said that they're at least 25 years ahead of what currently is out.
If they show it to you in a movie, it probably already exists, or they working on it.
Yeah, because I honestly think that there are at least 25 years ahead.
Oh yeah.
Because there's no way, because think about it, if you had some next level technology, how can you present it to the people? You gotta just I call it a slow rollout, because you have to bring in small pieces of it. Because when we was growing up, we didn't have electric stoves just yet. Like, we still had like regular stoves. Electric stoves were just being the premium thing. Now we have smart fridges.
Yeah, touchscreen fridges.
The coolest fridge back in our day was, I sound so unk status when I say this, is just if your fridge had an ice machine attached to it.
Yeah.
You can just put your cup and you get like ice on it. That was the most advanced thing you can have in your kitchen. Now your fridge has a tablet attached to it.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. What else? Like phone technology. Just in the last 20 years, technology for devices have leaped considerably.
Yeah, you went from the landline to the brick phone to the flip phone to the slide phone to the stylus phones. I don't know if you remember that period.
Yeah.
Now we full touchscreen phones that can read your eyes. It's getting crazy.
And that's only the last 30 years, which is crazy. Went from like, so think just laptops in general, portable laptops. Laptops in the like 90s, their battery life was like 30 minutes to an hour at most.
And they were huge.
Yeah. They were like a briefcase that you had to walk, like they were their own separate briefcase. Then you fast forward like 10 years. Portable laptops are still big, but they're a lot slimmer, and
they're faster, they last longer.
And then you do another fast forward 10 years. Now we are getting into the state of, all right, laptops are a lot thinner now. So what's the new thing they did? Have detachable screens. And it's what's kind of the current thing right now is detachable screens. Your tablet can also be a laptop, is what's currently now. So it's so crazy that if you really break down the chunks of history that we do have, I understand